Hong Kong's health authorities are struggling to contain this fast-growing outbreak of COVID-19, with thousands of new cases being reported every day and records tumbling for the daily death toll associated with COVID-19. One of the major concerns for health authorities are the multiple localized outbreaks occurring in the many high-rise, densely populated apartment complexes like the one behind me. Any of these that have been reporting multiple positive cases are being placed under lockdowns and compulsory testing orders, with every single resident being tested in an effort to try to break the transmission chain among these densely populated areas. The problem for the hospital authority is that the overwhelming number of cases is already causing many of the public hospitals to reach full capacity. The average across the 17 public hospitals in the city is 95% capacity already, just after about a week and a half of this surge in case numbers. In an effort to try to alleviate that problem, the government is urging anybody who's receiving a positive test on a self-testing kit at home to stay at home and self-isolate initially, rather than rushing to hospital, as long as they are asymptomatic or only experiencing mild symptoms, all in an effort to try to preserve the hospital space for people with more severe reactions to their COVID-19 positive tests. It's also procured some 300 taxis in the city to act as designated ferry services for people between home and hospital if they're experiencing more severe symptoms, in an effort to try to reduce the risk of transmission on public transport. And it's also commissioned 10,000 hotel rooms across the city for use as temporary isolation facilities for anybody who again is asymptomatic or experiencing mild symptoms, in an effort to reduce the risk of further transmission at home in a family environment. The bigger concern in the longer term is how much this outbreak can continue to grow if there is not more severe action taken by the government. There's talk from government officials now about the idea of a citywide mass testing campaign, the like of which has been seen on the Chinese mainland. A delegation of health experts from China has been visiting Hong Kong to advise on that, but some health experts say even that may not be enough. They're calling for a full citywide lockdown in conjunction with a mass testing campaign in order to make that testing initiative effective. So far, the government has ruled that out and said that it's content to work with its isolated specific lockdown measures and its strict social distancing measures, and say that's enough for the time being to prevent a continued outbreak. But there are concerns that as the numbers continue to grow and the hospital authority says its capacity is already being exceeded, that Hong Kong is not necessarily set up to deal with this level of outbreak, and there is expected continued integration with experts and officials from the Chinese mainland to see how Hong Kong can receive more assistance to try and solve the problems it's facing with this continued COVID-19 challenge. Richard Kimber for SABC News in Hong Kong.